Hi, today we're going to talk about correct body position, hand position with our pencil, and the 5 basic strokes of the Palmer method. That's what we learn in kindergarten through 2nd grade in Weber School District. And we go from there. And in 3rd grade, we start learning cursive. But you cannot do a good job learning cursive if you do not know how to form your letters correctly by the end of 2nd grade. So we want to make sure that we really work hard on that this year so we are ready for cursive next year. So the first thing we want to talk about is sitting up in our seats. So I'm sitting up in my chair. And you see I've got 2 hands. I don't have a lazy hand. I've got 2 hands working. One hand actually holds my paper. It has a purpose. Doesn't sit there. If I'm a left person, I'm going to hold it with my right hand. If I write with my right hand, I'm going to hold it with my left hand. That way our paper does not move everywhere. And I want to make sure that my pencil is sharpened. I want a nice point. You see that nice point there. I want a nice point on my pencil. If I do not have a nice point, I need to go to a hand sharpener. You see this one has 2 holes. Many times students try to go through this big, gigantic hole. And you can see my pencil is going to wobble all around and end up breaking my lead. So I don't want that. I want to go to this smaller hole that fits my pencil perfectly. And the way this works is I'm going to hold it with my left hand and I'm going to turn it with my right. So either way, whichever one you're more comfortable with. And I'm going to check it after a couple of turns to make sure my point is good, okay? Once my point is good, I am ready to go, and I need to know those 5 basic strokes. So we're going to go over those today. The first stroke is called a tall straight. A tall straight goes from top. You see I'm holding my paper, and I'm going to pull it down. Okay, that's called a tall straight. We also have a short straight. So we have a tall straight and a short straight. That's pretty easy, right? Then we have a slide right, and a slide right can happen here at midline. It can happen here between midline and the bottom. That would be like for our E. It can also happen on the top and the bottom when we're doing our capital letters. The next stroke that we do is called a slant right. So I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to pull to the right in a straight line. Now you can probably already imagine that that's the start of a V, a W, right? Maybe the start of a lowercase y. So we have a slant right, and you can imagine if we have a slant right, we also have a slant left, right? Okay, so slant right and our slant left. And our last shape that we're going to be working with is the around shape. So the around shape sounds just like it is, right? You can see this is the start of our A's, B's, O, P's, around. So those are the basic strokes that we use when we are doing Palmer method. But before we get into handwriting in our next lesson, I want to make sure our grip is correct. If you notice when I was writing, I had a 2-finger pinch grip. So that means that I'm using these 2 fingers in a pinch, and these are loose right here. And I can completely control my pencil doing that without straining my hand. So to do that, I'm going to go to where this V is, and that's where you're going to put your fingers. It's right above that V. Okay. And I'm going to pinch with my thumb and pointer finger. Now you can see I can pinch and pull to control it, and that my pencil rests in this cradle. It's not up and down like this. I don't have a lot of control when I'm writing this way. But with my pencil laying in my cradle, I have a lot more control over what I'm doing. Some people prefer three-finger pinch, and that's where they use their middle finger as well, either pinching directly or pinching right underneath. And that's a three-finger pinch. And again, complete control over the pencil. What we do not want to see is your thumb not working. So if your thumb is up, if it's over, if it's down here, if it's, whoops, see, I've lost my pencil doing that. Some people, I've seen tucks and I've seen fisters, but you see my thumb's not doing any of the work. Okay, this actually, you can actually see how much strain that puts on my hand. You can actually see my hand turning a little bit white right there. It puts a lot of strain on my fingers and even on my thumb joint. We do not want to see your hand being strained like this. So pinch, and you can see I'm not going like this, right? Just a light pinch or a three-finger pinch, and you don't see that strain in my hand when I write. And that's what we want for you. We want you to have a good pencil grip where you are not struggling, straining, fisting. Okay? We want to see that nice, gentle pencil grip that's going to allow you to write without your hand hurting. So the next lesson, we're going to go over some of our letters.